5 common questions asked by sellers. Today we're going to talk about them. Yo, I'm Adrienne, longtime Florida realtor, and I'm here to help you get your Florida life. Happy October, everyone. It's already October. If you're new around here, new videos come out every week. You can subscribe. You can also book an appointment with me in the description below. Go to that Calendly link or sign up for my newsletter. Today, we are going to talk about 5 questions I get asked from sellers often. It is the time of year where people are thinking about putting their homes on the market. We generally see a push of homes hit the market in January. Usually people are thinking about it a little bit before that. If you're a buyer, a lot of the videos on this channel are for buyers, and I often tell sellers you should pay attention to those buyer videos so you know what the other side is thinking. If you're a buyer, maybe you do the same here. Let's get into these questions. Number 1, should I put my home on the market now or should I wait till January? This really depends on you. If you want it to sell between October and January, you need to put it on the market. It's not guaranteed that it will sell October through January. It tends to be our slowest time, even in years past. The negative this year is there's a lot of competition still. There's probably going to be more in January. We usually see homes hit the market in January or an influx of homes. But it's very unlikely to sell off the market. It's not pandemic times where homes were selling off the market or before they hit the market. So if you want it to sell between October and January, the best chance you have is to have it on the market. Now, the negative of this and why a lot of people do wait is because it is a slow time of year. We have the election, we have holidays, we don't have as many buyers looking, even though it's starting to get cooler. The downside of that is your home then racks up its days on the market. I will say buyers have gotten wiser in the last many years. I think with the internet, they know that, okay, you put it on in October, it sat through the holidays. That's better than it sitting through season, but it might look a little stale in January. So you just have to keep that in mind. What kind of marketing is out there? What kind of marketing do I need? I'm a big believer in marketing. In fact, it's gonna come up in future questions here, because I think everything you do when you list your home is marketing. How you present it to the world is marketing. That's why I make a video for all of my listings. I have a whole marketing plan. I sometimes get pushback. People say, isn't it enough just to put it on the MLS? The example I always tell people to look at is go to Amazon. If you go to Amazon, the biggest seller in the world, you will see, look up any product and you see options, and some products have just put a list and a couple of pictures, and some go all out and they have video and more description and examples. Who do you pay more attention to? The product that you can see in different lights that answers the questions. A lot of our buyers come from out of town. So the more I can put my listings in front of them in different ways and at different times. A lot of people look online. You might remember when you were looking to buy for a week, you were looking, and then one weekend you had to go to a wedding, you were, oh my gosh, you came back and listings changed and new things were coming up. So we want to get it in front of people in different ways as often as possible. Do I have to pay a buyer's agent? If I were making this video a year ago, this would be a conversation about price, but this is the hot topic right now, so we're gonna combine it together. You should know that buyers are looking at their net output, just like you're looking at your net income. You don't have to pay a buyer's agent. It's always negotiable, and now they're not allowing us to put it on the MLS, so it's really highlighted how it's negotiable. I'm going to tell you, this is a conversation you need to have with an agent. I'm happy to sit down with you and talk about it. It is a marketing tool, just like price. You can say you're going to pay it. You can say we'll see what the offer is. There are so many options out there. And I can tell you, when I sit down with a seller who is in a market where maybe there's more first-time home buyers or there's not as much cash, it's a different conversation than when I'm in a market where you have a lot of cash buyers, the pricing is higher. Maybe the buyers want to pay for it because they want their price to look lower on the tax assessor. There's a lot of strategy involved, just like there's a lot of strategy in pricing. All of it is part of your marketing, because ultimately what we want to do is sell the house and get you the best net amount in your hands. The example I will give you for this is Let's say you said, I am not paying that buyer's agency fee. Absolutely not. Let's say somebody came along and offered you 3% over asking, over your list price, but then said, you have to give that 3% back to the buyer's agent. But then your net is full price, what you wanted. Your attitude might be a little bit different than, no, absolutely not, no buyer's agency fee. So what we want to look at is your net and the best way to put your property out to get the most buyers in. Number 4, this is a classic. How much renovating? How much should I do to sell my house? I hate to keep saying it depends on the house, but a little bit it does. Most houses can benefit from being cleaned. If you like a deep, good clean, if you have crazy paint colors, like the blue wall behind me, I would have to paint this to sell. You know, anything basic like that. When you get into bigger projects like flooring or cabinets, or a lot of people ask me if they should add a pool. Do not add a pool to sell your house. Typically, that is not a great idea. But it really comes down to your price range. If you're gonna spend so much money that you're gonna have to pop up your price and make your house the most expensive house in the neighborhood, that can be difficult. Number 5, people ask me all the time, if we're not gonna sell till January or February, should we meet with you now? Should we meet with you later? I'm gonna say now. I'd rather we get on a plan. I'd rather we set things up that you know what you have to get done, then you don't have the whole holiday scrambling. And also you wanna get your home on the market. You wanna get it in January. You don't wanna start your projects January and then wait till March, then you're picking up at the end of season. If you wanna sell in March, that's a different story, but if you're thinking January, there's no better time to get started than now. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, you can book an appointment with me. I'm happy to help in any way I can. Have a great week.